Hi, I'm Manny Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS legal hotline lawyer. And while none of us hope that the real estate market is slowing down, we are seeing more and more sellers who are not selling their properties as quickly as they had hoped and are instead asking their listing brokers to manage their properties for them. We didn't get it sold in the time frame that we were hoping for. Now we're looking at the fall coming in or winter, and since we haven't gotten it sold, maybe we'll just put a tenant in it instead. Can you manage the property for us? Or we're leaving town. We've been gotten new orders through the military or a job relocation. We're going to be leaving the area and we're going to have a tenant in the property. We'll find the tenant. Don't worry about it. All we need you to do is collect rent. Or we have a friend who's going to move into the property and take care of it for us. We just need you to collect rent. And the answer in all of those scenarios, broker, is, I'm sorry, seller, I cannot manage your property informally. If you want me to manage your property for you, then my firm must enter a management agreement directly with you. And in reality, very few real estate companies have property management departments. Now, certainly many do. There are lots of very competent management companies in Washington state, but very few real estate brokers are either legally capable or practically competent to be well-versed in being a sales agent and a property manager. To those of you who are, great. Please understand I'm not being critical of somebody who can wear both hats, but few brokers do. And so listing brokers, you need to understand that unless you are one of those few brokers who is actually both a listing broker and a property manager, when your seller asks you to manage property for them, your answer has to be, I'm sorry, I can't necessarily do that for you. Now, you may be able to do it, listing broker, if you go work with your designated broker and your designated broker says, yes, we will manage property and we have a management agreement and I will work with the seller to get the management agreement signed. And if that designated broker brings you on board as the property manager, then so be it. Your license allows you to do that. But the problem that too many listing brokers find themselves in is they don't understand the critical requirement of the designated broker entering a management agreement with the seller or now the landlord. And absent that agreement happening, then listing broker, you are 100% in violation of the law. It is unlawful for any broker to manage property without the broker's firm, designated broker, signing a property management agreement with the landlord. And the designated broker can, through a delegation agreement, delegate signing authority on that management agreement to a managing broker. But that's a different issue. For simplicity, let's just assume that it's a designated broker entering that management agreement with the seller. So that's the first issue, listing broker. If your firm doesn't have a management agreement with the seller, then under no circumstances can your firm manage that property. In addition to that, when rents are going to be collected, there can be some variety in how the rents are handled and what's done with the rents when they're collected, but by and large, the firm is going to have a trust account. And then somebody's going to have to manage that trust account and handle the trust funds that are in that trust account, including required reporting out to the seller or the landlord. So again, management agreement, trust account, two huge issues that without properly addressing both of those issues, broker, you are necessarily violating Washington law by managing a client's property for them. And in this video, I've been referring to listing brokers working with sellers. This happens also all the time with Buyers who purchased a year or two ago, or I don't really care when they purchased from a broker, they still appreciate that broker's service, and now that the buyer can't live in the house for some time period, they're, again, a job relocation, maybe they're coming back, they don't want to sell, they want to keep the property, they go to their former buyer broker and say, can you handle this for us? So it comes up in a variety of contexts. The same rules apply no matter what the context. No property management agreement, no proper handling of the trust funds, you can't manage the property. So anytime this question comes to you, if you're not already a property manager, if you're a property manager, then I assume you know how to handle this issue. If you're not already a property manager and this question comes to you, the first place you go is your designated broker. And then your designated broker can help you figure out how to answer the question for the client. If you have questions on that issue or any other, please send an email to me, legalhotline@warealtor.org. Thank you for being a Washington REALTORS member.